What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? There's a lot going on every single day in Luna Classic, but today we had a bounce after a dip, and it looks like we might have a tiny bit of recovery and more upside momentum to come. But I'm going to show you something that happened with Terraform Labs today. Now, I know some of you think, well, what does that have to do with Luna Classic? And I keep stressing, and I want to stress to you every single time that when Terraform Labs is clear, then we'll have some clarity about what happened, and that will bring investors back. It might even bring back some of the original investors who lost money because they're going to try to recapture because they understood and they understand what Terra and Luna represents and represented. So now that it's Classic and USTC, things have changed a little bit, but that doesn't mean that they won't come back. Now, if you like this content, make sure that you hit that like button, the subscribe button, the bell to be notified of future content, and leave a comment down below. My question for you today is Do Kwon actually innocent of depegging Terra and Luna? I'm not asking about money. I'm not asking about anything else because it's my belief that he took money because he knew that he couldn't fix it. And that's why he left. And that's what the SEC is trying to get him on. That's what I think these people are trying to do. But it was not him that did this. And it was him that provided to you in the white paper the inherent risks of an algorithmic a fungible token. He was the one that was telling you guys and giving you the risks associated with it. You were the ones that were ignoring it. So let's get into the content here and let's see what's going on, and then we'll make a determination from that point. Now, inside Commonwealth, there's not really a lot of proposals or anything that have come out recently, just the enable IBC from the Noble USDC and Kava USDT to inject liquidity from the community pool. Not up for a vote yet, but it's an idea somebody's got out there. And then in Terra Station, no real proposals that we haven't discussed already. Nothing brand new. The Cosmos Didex airdrops is another scammer just trying to do something. But the proposal, Project Echo, I told you guys it's probably not going to pass. Not going to pass. But the paper job did pass, and then upgraded 2.3.2 did pass. We got that covered. Now, guys, if you haven't already, consider to get some of this merchandise, some of this sweet cheddar over here. We've got the We Are the True Believers hats. This is what it looks like, by the way. We Are the True Believers Luna Classic merchandise available for you at my spread shop. That is down below in the description if you are so inclined and interested. So with that, let's talk about this. Is absolutely wild. The United States government, the Security and Exchange Commission, this is how little respect they have for you as an investor, as an American citizen, and as a person who can make their own decision about what's right for you. That's the libertarian principle. That's the foundation, the very foundation of cryptocurrency. Now, I want to be specific. This was their argument today. According to the SEC, the tokens at issue in this civil case against Terraform Labs should be a legal question for a court, not a factual question for the jury. What they're trying to do is to tell you, the American citizen, that you're not smart enough to decide what is or is not a security. You can't do that. You don't have the brain power. You're not as smart as a Democrat. Now, guys, am I using a little hyperbole with this? Of course I am, but it doesn't change the fundamental fact that they are telling you that they do not believe that you can make that type of decision. Lawyers representing the United States SEC requested the judge in its civil case against Terraform Labs and co-founder Do Kwon determine whether certain crypto assets are securities rather than a jury. Yeah, because they're supposed to let you know what you're allowed to do. Now, is that the foundation of the Constitution of the U.S. government? Kinda. There are laws that government has to make. Any laws not made are then covered under the 10th Amendment, and that's the right of the states to decide. But discrimination, self-incrimination, there are certain things that you can do. But after that, they want you to be beholden to them. It's wild, guys. It's wild. And I hope everybody sees that when it comes time to vote. Democrats had a huge landslide victory in this last election last month, which is mind-boggling to me from the context of cryptocurrency. We're going to be in trouble. unless something changes in that Democratic Party. And by the way, I'm not telling you vote Republican. I'm not telling you vote Democrat. I don't care. I hope you vote cryptocurrency. That's all. That's the only thing I want is pro cryptocurrency. And at this point, I don't see a lot of cryptocurrency positivity coming out of that party at the moment. So not to get on a soapbox, I don't care who you vote for. It doesn't really. But there is no genuine dispute of material fact that defendant's crypto asset offering involved an investment of money in a common enterprise with an expectation of profit to be derived from defendant's effort. Now, I don't think that's in question either. To be fair, like but the court has already determined that selling it to individuals does not constitute a security. That is the XRP ruling. So what is they're wanting Judge Rakoff, who, by the way, has gone against Judge Annalisa Torres and said that he doesn't value her opinion, that she doesn't believe that her opinion is a basis of fact, despite that it is now the law of the land, based on that determination and the lack of appeal by the SEC. What they're doing is they're trying to say, yeah, we're just going to ignore that and we're going to keep going because people who were harmed by the lack of knowledge need to be protected from knowledge by the people who tell you what knowledge you should know. It's getting in the USA, guys, I got to admit. But anyway, you can go read this for yourself if you are interested. It's fascinating how lowbrow the government thinks that you are. Now, what is going on, everybody? It is bull run season. The perfect time to increase your portfolio and the amount of crypto you're hodling with Cryptonomy's staking. And this is an ideal place for it. With Cryptonomy, you can use the exchange at any time and fix the value of your assets in stablecoins or other assets without any fees. Assets in fixed staking or launch pools serve as collateral, can be quickly converted to USDT or other currency if you need it. And you can contact support just in case you need that for quick assistance. And it's an excellent time for the launch pool as the main profit comes from the token price growth. Now, you've seen me do this, and I'm going to show you what my earnings have been so far with the launch pool. Fantastic. And I'm going to show you a little bit about the flexible. Cryptonomy fulfills commitments faster than 1 year with an average contract duration of 4 to 6 months. The best offer in the last 2 to 3 years due to the current market growth. So let me show you guys real quick what I'm talking about right here. This, as you can see on the screen, is my assets. And we're going to look right here. Details on my tether. So far, I've accrued interest of $64 off of $4,345 that I put in there. By the way, some of your cryptos aren't even as well. XRP, 57 XRP I've accrued. Ethereum, 0.024 Ethereum. Not insignificant, I don't think. 0.002 Bitcoin. And I put in a couple of stakes here on Bitcoin. So just for clarity's sake here, 0.003 Bitcoin. We've got about 0.01 Bitcoin right now. I want to say that's roughly $300-400 for that right now. But the big thing is the launch pool. I'm going to show you the launch pool right here. My accrued interest. I went into the bronze package. And if you remember, we did this a couple of days ago. And I'll show you real quick what we picked here. We had gone into the bronze package, which is basically investing across the board on all new launches. We did this a little over a week ago. So we got in on Chain Flip, which was a 2x. We got Friend, which was a 5x. We got Earn, which was an 8x. And we had Heim, which was about a 1.09x. Now, what was my total profit off of this? Just staking this, $7,904 USD. So, guys, check out Cryptonomy Finance today. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. So Luna Classic did have a correction to this downside. I'm going to turn off high IQ. If you're interested in high IQ, by the way, I'll put a link in the description below. Very good. Very, very good. But so we had the big dump, right? We had the big drop off. We went down and we retested all of our levels, the levels that I keep telling you guys that we're going to test. I think this was the 382 fib retracement. Guys, that's it. It looks like we're coming down. It looks like we're having this little downward pressure here, but we're literally bouncing off of easy fib retracement levels. The 0.50 line is down here at 17. Remember I told you that yesterday that there's a golden pocket down here. If we get into the golden pocket, that's your new buy zone. Well, we're bouncing off of the 382 level. That is ridiculous, right? So what I would expect to see happen over the 1 hour as it continues, this 200 SMA, that's what you want to see continuing to rise. That means that your price point is going to be tested at higher levels as it bounces. That's kind of the rule of the land. And by the way, the 200 SMA, that's not a law. That's not something that you have to adhere to. It's just a general consensus of market condition. It's a lagging indicator. It tells you what the market is doing, not what the market will do. But the 50 SMA did, of course, cross over to the downside here because of this downward pressure. And it's possible that we get a little bit of bear pressure, but it would be an indication of price coming down. And we saw it flip over there. We don't want to see that. What we want to see is we want to see upward momentum. Well, we got the upward momentum back over the next couple of hours. It would be nice to see at least a retest of this top up here of 27. Now, if we don't get that, then what we will be getting is your standard retracements to a downside move, unless something drastically changes in the market. You'll get a test right up here, and then you'll probably reject and then come back down here and then break down into this level, which of course would likely be met up with this spot right here. And then we'll try to bounce and test this again. If we make it through, then it's back on and the rally continues. Now, I do have to point out, I don't see any reason for a lot of pump to continue because, we don't have the spread tax being executed on. We don't have, there's a lot of pieces that should be out here that are still missing from the ecosystem, a lot of clarity that we don't have. We're talking about a spread tax for USTC for the rebuild. We're talking about a repeg, but we're not doing it yet. We haven't put it on the test center. We haven't said it's not programmed in. It's not the law of the land, so to speak, yet. So we don't have any clarity on what's getting ready to happen. The best thing that we can do is hype. Now, where does the hype come from? Comes from Binance. Richard Tang, very, very pro Binance. I do think, by the way, that what we should be doing is we should maybe be revisiting Richard Tang to see, hey, man, could you change the burn rate and up it just a little bit instead of going with what CZ Binance did previously? That would be a good question for me that I think that we should at least kind of look at and address. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. So this is what it looks like. This is where we are. It would be very nice to see that reversal continue on. Hopefully we got some more upside momentum. Hopefully the market conditions continue to stay that way. Now, USTC, of course, is not going to maintain because if we do that spread system, then, of course, what they wanted to do was set it up for 2 cents first and then 3 cents. And by the way, if we range here at 4 cents, then the spread tax could just be 96 cents. So when I say that, remember, I'm not telling you that the spread tax could be whatever the current level is. It doesn't have to start at 2 cents into 4 cents. It could start at 5 cents today. If we're at 5 cents. Now, couldn't start to, well, let me rephrase that. Couldn't start today at 5 cents. It would have to start at 4 cents because we're at 4.6. So it would be down here so that we could get it together first. So potential downside momentum on that for a short period of time before it starts to rip and reverse. But I hope that you get my point that, this thing, again, this is all a matter of how much interest we could get into it. By the way, expect a rejection here at 4.8. If it doesn't absolutely rip through 4.8 and then come back up into this range of 5 cents. If it doesn't do that, then we're probably looking at a rejection because this is a lot of volume trading. And then, if not, then we get to move up to about 5.3, 5.2 cents. And then from there, we might be looking at a move towards the upside with 5.7 being in the cards at that point and 6.3 after that. So there's a lot of different, and by the way, I'm doing this on 5 minutes because it's like trade volume for doing fast scalps. But this is what's going on. And hopefully this little area hold for that move back to the upside and get us back into this range. But again, the question becomes, what do we do after that? So why don't you let me know? What do you think would be a good proposal for Luna Classic and USTC? What is your solution for the taxation? And remember, if I hold a gigantic amount of supply and you hold a gigantic amount of supply and we're all holding on to it and we're not going to trade it and we're not going to sell it, then the burn doesn't matter because nobody's selling. People have to trade. So what do you think would entice people to trade, and what do you think would create a great opportunity? And by the way, we are getting a death cross on the 1 hour, so I would be again, this is a lagging indicator from downside movement, but we are hitting that death cross in. It looks like if not today, in about 2 or 3 hours, we'll probably have a death cross. Which again, if this bounces back up, then the 50 will just do this, and this will do like that, and we'll be back in business in 24 hours anyway. But it's just an indicator that we've had some downside. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, the bell to be notified of future content. Remember, I'm just asking the question, what do you think we should do? How do you think we should fix it? And we'll talk to you again very